And we're back again. Welcome to everyone. We're glad to be here live from the Game Games studio here in Sofia, Bulgaria. It's a pleasure for us to be back after a well-deserved rest, I would say. Did you have a good holiday?
Oh man, yes. I don't remember who I am anymore.
It was good. It was good. We were wound a little bit too tightly before that.
Yeah. Too tight and then too loose. I don't know what's going to happen next.
You know how you make hard people?
Tell me.
First you warm them up red hot, and then you beat them with a hammer, and then you cool them down. That's like game dev in a nutshell.
Yeah. That's what's so hard to make games, man.
Yeah. Happy New Year to everyone out there. Thanks for sticking with us from all the way from release and even before that, some of you, and for all the modders and all of the people who really believed in this game, to THQ and to everyone who had a hand in developing the game, from our QAs, to our localization teams and everyone out there. It was a blast, and we still have some things to do with Jagged Alliance, and we're gonna jump into them shortly. But first of all, let's make a short wrap-up of what happened previously. So right before the holidays, 1.40 launched, which introduced some new things, including some new content. With underground sectors in Grand Chien, with a new quest line and stuff that you could do there, which is mid to late game. I would go into the late game description, although, some of the designers, including you, said it's mid to late game. It was a meat grinder.
It's an open world, You can start from the end and then rush back to the beginning, then go back to the end.
Right, but with no Browning high powers, right? With a little bit better gear.
Yeah. But I hope some of you guys have the chance to test the news content, and we were really excited to do that.
Yeah. So after 1.4 launched, we had to leave Grand Chien for a bit and see our families and stuff. So now we're back at it, and 1.50 is coming shortly. So expect that, and right now we're going to talk more about it. But before that, I wanted to mention that when the patch roadmap was announced and Blizzard was here, we actually teased about a possible future patch, which we didn't go into what it would contain. So we have two surprises for you. First of all, we can actually say what that additional patch would have contained, and it was additional game rules to make the game, more interesting and make a different twist on the campaign. And the second surprise is that we're actually done with those game rules. And instead of making it into a future patch, it's actually going to be part of 1.5 coming later on, shortly.
Yeah, and this is a pretty good news, especially for the hardcore players, because some of the game rules, tweak your game into this really, pure hardcore experience, which a lot of the fans from the previous titles really like the game. For these reasons.
So that's something that we're going to delve deeper into a future stream before the patch actually launches. So stick around for that later on. Not today, obviously, but soon. And with that, I think that we should jump into the biggest topic, because when we're going over all of the things that we wanted to say in this part, before we go to Lubo, who will continue the devs play, there's a lot to go over.
Oh, yeah, man.
But before we jump in, this is my friend Marto, who is a game designer here, and let's take a step back from Jagged Alliance and tell me a little bit more, about who you are, what you do.
As I started this talk, I don't know who I am, man. But here I am now, game designer. Before that, I went through a lot of phases. I have an artist background, so I used to be an artist. But, my passion always was game design, and I was designing games on my own. I also, did other stuff as well, like music and videos, animation,
We've had a lot of guests from the studio, and I've asked them all this question. What kind of games do you like?
Well, I grew up with adventure games. That this was my 90s man, golden age.
Yeah.
So lots of adventure games and CRPGs. So this is my passion.
All right.
And I've tried so hard to put a lot of this passion into some of the quests in this game. So yeah, it's a thin line which you're crossing with like Blade Runners walking through. Is this a tactical strategy game? Is this an RPG? Is are the quests like too deep or not too deep? So lots of designers on the team. So lots of different angles. And my angles was like, yeah, man, I wanted this to feel like CRPG, so yeah, I tried.
So it's safe to say that the quest design is the most important thing for you?
Well, that's what I did on the game.
Generally in the game.
Well, that's my passion. It's not the most important thing. I think all parts of game design are really important, especially when you make such a complicated game, which blends so many genres together. But what I'm most passionate about is this experience, because I like games where you could, dive into the world and explore it on your own, and make your own thing out of it. So I that's why I love CRPGs, because they allow you to do that. They're not just go from A, then go to B, go to C. Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to have a question for you after we finish up, so you can think about it. What's the most interesting development in gaming that you're actually interested in? What's most interesting for you that's recently happened? But that's
all right.
For the end of
let's leave it to the end of the talk.
All right, so today we have a treat for you guys, because we're going to delve deep into some of the editors that are coming with the extensive modding tools in 1.5. As I've mentioned previously on streams, there's a lot of tools, but the things that we wanted to showcase are some of the things that were most mentioned by the community, and that's creating new campaigns, creating quests, and there's a lot of stuff even behind those only two things, which you'll see. So we're gonna delve deep into that, and let's jump in.
Okay, yeah. So the brand new thing is our. Are we streaming this? Yes, we're streaming this. All right. So we're probably going to set up a really simple campaign with a really simple quest, because that's the time we have. So let's go into mod editor and create a new mod. Okay, we have a...
Thanks for the nice words, guys.
Thank you, guys. So, basically, what you guys are going to pass through every time is create your mod. So, let's call this new super cool mod. And we've created it, and then we loaded it.
So far, everything that
no
most
errors.
modders have seen.
No errors here at all.
No, we're not talking about error. This is
yeah. Okay. So, yeah. Here we have our mod editor started and our mod loaded. So basically what we want to do is create a new campaign. You guys also have the option to tweak existing campaigns. So
the hot diamonds.
Yeah, that's probably what many of you are going to do, because all of the content is there for you to mingle and tweak and
I think the word you're looking for, mango.
Mango. Oh no, we are not using that word here.
That's for modding. Everyone can mango whatever they want.
So this, you are free to do that by not starting a new campaign and just use. I'm going to show this map patch. So this one basically lets you open
Patch
an
existing maps.
patch
Yeah.
existing maps and do whatever you want with them, or see how they're made. But now, for the purpose of this stream, we are going to set up a new campaign.
For map patch, you can actually rewatch the recording from the last stream with our lead level designer Reni. She went into the actual editor, the map the map editor, and showed a bunch of stuff that you can do, like the fundamentals there. So we're gonna try not to, repeat that, and we're gonna leave a link in the recording afterwards, so you can just see it there.
Yeah.
Yep.
So also a little bit. I don't know if we've covered some of the toolbars in interface here, but
I think there's some new things like the arrangements. Above,
There are
and
like
so on.
some new things added, like quality of life interface stuff. So basically, what you do here in this mod editor is add mod items. So they will allow you to script your quest and your content the way you like. So basically, what we do every time we add something new is add a new mod item.
Yeah.
I've just added this campaign mod item. So you can do this from here with the plus button. So you can see like huge variety of
there's
mod
a search
items.
bar and so on.
Basically, what we are going to do today is go through some of these which are in the campaign and maps, and probably add a unit as well. So, as I said, we have campaign.
The campaign is like the container for all of your development.
Yeah. So basically, when we add a new campaign, that means that when you're starting the game with the mod loaded, you're the players, after they've launched the mod, will have the option to select Hot Diamonds, our campaign, or your campaign. Let's name our campaign with in this ID. So
we had
Hot Shots.
Hot Shots,
like
yes.
Hot Shots campaign. Remember not to put space bars here, because this is an ID. The code is using that. So
the descriptions are the
you can probably see it here in some of the descriptions, and also we will grant you with thorough documentation, and also a sample mod with a quest that I did. Which is really, really simple, but you can browse through the mod items there, check the documentation, and see, the basic structure. So what is important for this campaign to work, to give it an ID, and probably to put some campaign display name. So let's, again, here space bars are okay to use. So hotshots. And the other thing which is really important to do is give a range of sectors that the campaign is going to be used. So back in Hot Diamonds, there was like, I don't know how many sectors do we have.
160 something, but they don't count the empty ones. This is the actual, grid.
Yeah, so you're defining the grid. Now we are
Basically.
going to create something really small. So let's edit the range of defined sectors. And if top left is A1, let's create like a four tile grid for this campaign. So it's going to be really, really, really small, from A1 to B2 confirm. And now we have a range of 4 sectors, which could be playable or non-playable, because some of these sectors could be like water,
mountains, or stuff like that.
Yeah. So when we did that, we have this little red star, which
all
means
modders are aware of right now. That means that's not safe.
That's
save
not
often.
Save often. Whoever has been using, a bunch of softwares. I'm looking at you, Photoshop.
I needed to make
Control-S.
an overlay. Just stay safe.
Yeah. Stay safe. Save a lot.
Yes.
All right. So we've built our campaign. So now we have these sectors. But these sectors have not yet been defined. So let's add another mod item, and it will be the mod item that will create the sector itself. And let's do that. Either for here, I'm going to show you the other way that I've just created mod items. You can just
Yeah.
Right click, new, and here you have the groups. And in the groups, I know that the satellite sector mod item is here. Now, we should choose our campaign, which is not hot diamonds, hot shots, and choose one of the 4 sectors that we've created in our grid. So let's start with A1.
So this is basically the sector properties. It's not the map itself. The map itself is done through the edit map and the map editor. So yeah.
Now we are defining the base properties for a sector, where it's like an enemy sector or a friendly sector, and all the things that a sector can be. So we also have the option to copy an existing map for this sector. So as you can see, all of the maps from our campaign are here. So you can again start a new campaign, but reuse some of the maps we've created. So for example, A1, I want it to be a copy of Flag Hill, the first map in our campaign. So I'm just going to find Flag Hill. Here it is. So right now, I'm using the copy of Flag Hill for here, but not the property. So I need to
add the properties.
An item here. And so now I have brand new properties. I'm just using the map here, but I can tweak all of these things, like, is the site of this an enemy site? What is the weather zone? What is the picture? What is the name of the sector?
Stuff like that.
Display name. How should we call our new sector? Area 51. I don't know.
Just to answer a question from chat,
Sure.
you can make a whole map just one level of a building and have different rooms and fight from room to room. You can do that.
Yeah, of course. You can do everything, especially when you start with a brand new map. Which let's after we create this sector. So let me just see if something should be done here. You can control whether here there is a mine or a hospital, or what kind of music the map plays. Everything is here. It's pretty self-explanatory.
The music assignments on different maps, because one thing is like we talked with George about creating the music, but actually putting those tracks in the right place was Mart in the game. So connecting that ambiance with the actual locations is also important if you want to add new
I've listened to
tracks.
these tracks I don't know, 300 times in order to put them in my head and distribute them through maps. But you can do that here through these playlists, which are predefined. You can all of these things, guys, are mod properties that I think you'd feel comfortable because they're more or less self-explanatory, and there is a lot for you to experiment and check for yourself, because we cannot cover all of these property by property, but they're there. You're modern guys. You will handle this. So let's save our sector.
Single map campaigns. That's I didn't actually.
Of course, you can do single map campaign.
Yeah, I know that you can, but that never occurred to me as a possibility.
Yeah, we're like quickies. I call them quickies. So let's.
When 2x2 is too much.
Yeah. Let's add. Okay.
But there are options, by the way, in order to activate all marks at the start. So. I don't think we're going through those specific options in this stream, but you can look around and you'll find them definitely.
I'm going to show you how you create a brand new sector, which is like completely empty and barren, and like this white sheet ready to be filled with.
The nice thing from our last stream where we went into the maps themselves with Reni is that now the outline markers of the level and the entrance markers and the defender markers are all placed automatically, and you can
going to demonstrate.
Move them around. Yes.
Sure. So I've just created another mod item, satellite sector. I've chosen A2, but now I'm not going to copy an existing map. I'm going to say cancel. Again, I have all these properties to play around with. And let me save it first. Now I can go here and click on Edit Map, and this will open my brand new map and go into the map editor. So you could see what an empty map looks like. And here it is. Some,
Navigation,
some
shortcuts.
In order for you to, get around the mod editor. So
when they were suggesting, hey, we should do this, I was like, maybe you're right, because we're so used to it that we feel like, why should we see it? But some people, they don't use these, navigation tools.
Can sector map size be increased to be bigger? I think you can. So you can definitely change the map size, but I don't know what's our.
I think that you can change the playable area. There is a cap on the actual map size. For instance, here you can see that red outlines.
Yeah, this is the playable area.
That's the playable area. But you always need to have a margin so that when you're on the edge of the map, it's not like artificially chopped off. So unless it's an indoor, situation, then it's fine, or a tunnel. But that space is actually the margin for, looking more natural.
This was the playable area marker. I'm just thinking out loud, but here it is. Here it is, the brand new map. So it's ready to be filled with content now, and. How do we do content? We create a quest. So
this is on your part.
Yeah. So let me check if I haven't missed something important. Yeah, I think we are good to make some kind of a quest in order for you to see what we can do in this empty map. So also I wanted to talk a bit about testing your mod. Safe. So right now. If the mod is loaded, there will be on the SAT view you would see. You will pass through the similar beginning, like hiring your mercs and stuff like that, but you will end up in this new country that we called Hotshots with only 4 sectors. It's a pretty small country. So you can play the game here, but for testing reasons, it's better to test these maps here in the editor itself. So, for example, we've just created satellite sector A2, and here we have the test selected mod item. So if we do that, and we say yes, now the map will be loaded. Oh, I needed first to start the game with the cheats. Yeah. So I think it's safe to ignore that.
Safe to ignore it?
No problem. If something happened.
This is, by the way, a way that we do development here. Have something loud to tell you, hey, pay attention to this.
Have you talked about cheats here in the mod editor on the previous streams?
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
we've talked about cheats, but not here in the editor.
Yeah, so here in the editor, you can while you test your map and your campaign, you can use these cheats to put a specific merc there, or tweak some add an item, or new quick start the game without passing through all these hiring methods. So
there was around 6 months where I just entered the game, quick start, test something, exit. Enter the game, quick start, test something, exit. That was the whole thing.
So now we just tested this, and let's hope that we haven't break the game.
Well, at least it's not a matter of burning the PC. We've gone past that.
Restart. Okay, we have a signal from our tech guy that because I tested before making the quick start, we should restart.
Start?
No, restart.
Oh.
Start the game on. Again.
Alt4 is your friend.
Yeah.
Risks of life show.
Yeah,
That happens in internal development as well.
Most common advice when something bad happens, restart
Have
the
you tried
application.
turning it off?
Many times.
Pinky Zero, you'll have a lot of fun. It's frustrating sometimes, but it's fun as heck.
So, new super cool mode, load it. Let's load it. And let's test our campaign. Cheat, general, new game, quick start. Yes, hot shots. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
This is because not everything is set up.
Okay. Now we are on sector A1. And this is our campaign here, the 4 sectors that we've created. These are striped because we haven't created sectors here.
Petition.
This is what?
Petition.
Yeah, this is
petition.
yeah. So let's go to our new map, A2.
Yes, in the map on the background is actually the artwork that you need to assign.
Yeah, you can do that in the properties as well. Ooh, I like the misty weather that we have here. So
actually, I think it's even nighttime, right?
Nighttime
Is it?
plus yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, basically empty map. Well, you know. Let's add some content here. So we need to define a quest. So because
what was it? We don't like fetch quests. We like feed quests.
Feed quests, yeah. Because I haven't eaten all day because lots of stuff here, and maybe because I was so hungry, I've decided to make a quest about feeding a merc. So let's add. Okay, let's add it from here because you should see this done in the both ways. We go to campaign maps and search for our new quest. So what's important for our quest? Again, we need have a quest ID, feed quest, and campaign. Okay, it's already pointing at hotshots. This is good. So let's talk a bit about the setup of the quest. So 3 important things I need to mention here. One is variables. So basically all the quest runs on these variables, which are, I don't know, most of you guys are probably aware of what a variable is, but these they help us track the progress of the quest. For example, you can see that we have some pre-made variables here, which is like given, completed, failed. You see that these are states, and because this is a Boolean variable, they are like either false or true. And usually we start a quest by having these variables in a false state, and we need to put some logic to turn those false states into true. For example, we complete the test when the variable completed turns to true. So basically what we need to do is to define some logic to conditions and effects that make these variables true.
If then.
Yeah. So as you can see, we have these. They're all Booleans. You can also add from here, from this create item, you see 4 variables. Most of the time we use this one, which is like the true or false. But we also have like a numerical, which can like track how many times you've clicked on something.
Or how many, I don't know, rounds of type of ammunition you have available. Or
lots of things which you need to track a certain number. You use the numerical. And also...
collect 5 boar livers.
All right, man. Expanding the quest here.
No, I mean, that's like, what was it from WoW, like a trope. But every boar has a liver.
Yeah, man. Fetch quests if you want to do them. That's the
Yes.
way. The TCE variable is really, really important, and I'm going to also add one TCE variable because basically that's how you put logic and effects in the quest. So if I add another one, which is like, for convenience, I'm going to name it with a TCE in the beginning. And let's say TCE completed. This is how we are going to
Track something. Then.
no, this is how we are going to flip the completed boolean. And another very important field is the triggered conditional events. That's what
the
a
actual
TCE means.
Yes.
So basically, I want to create a TCE, and I'm just going to use this variable that I just created. So TCE completed. And I need to add an effect. So when I add an effect, I see this whole library of effects that I can use. So
We're not joking that it's a lot of stuff here.
yeah, man, that's how we do all the logic in the game.
Yes,
so because we are not going to a programmer and say, yeah, I need my Merc to do this, like, and he's like writing a bunch of code. No, everything is really, really script-wise. So that means that you can do it without coding as well. So whether we want when we kill this guy something to happen, on when we acquire this item, everything is here. We need to go and find it on your own because lots of stuff here. But I'm now going to use one of the most used effects, and which is like flip the flicking variable. And here it is. We need to define the quest that we are using, feed quest. It already found it. And we need to choose this completed variable and change its value. So now, when we meet a certain condition, we haven't
set the
condition yet, but when we meet this condition,
the quest will be completed.
The variable will be flipped, and then this will tell the game that the quest is completed. And Wiki is awesome. Sure, why not? let's add
condition none.
Wiki is awesome, but you know that is going to, if we add a condition here for this bool, it's going to complete the quest immediately. So we don't want that. We don't want that. Also, the third thing that is really important here in the setting up a quest is to put a note. This is not
quest note?
Yeah, it's a quest note. It's these are the little things that appear, the little notifications that appear in the top right corner, which are saying you like, go there, fetch me those boars, and stuff like that. Or you've completed the quest. If you want that in your quest and in your game, in your gameplay, you add note def here. So we are going to, we want, if we complete the game, a message to appear and to say, you've completed the quest.
Hello?
Brave mother. And we need, in order for it to show and to have the state complete, we also need to add conditions. So basically, in quest design, you work with and you add a lot of effects and a lot of conditions. So we've showed you the effects. If I want to show this note, I'm going to add a condition, show condition. And again, one of the most famous conditions out there is to check a certain variable. So let's check if feed quest is completed. If completed, then the note will show, and I might want the note to show as completed, so I'm going to add the same condition here, and I could even copy this, so I am not going to add it manually, but I'm just going to paste it over. So now we have a win condition for our quest. But
we started from the back.
Yeah, you're starting.
Is that how you do it? Like how you did it in production, or?
Yeah. Because that's how. If you want a story, you want to know how the story ends, and then you say like that's even, for example, in puzzle games, that's how you design a puzzle.
Yeah.
For example, you know what's the correct solution. Now let's add all these red herrings, so the getting to the solution can be more interesting. So what we need to do now, we need to add a logic in order to complete the quest. Now we just have, okay, the quest is completed when the variable is tricked, but we need to put some kind of logic. How are we going to complete
the quest?
So we want what? We want our mercs to be fed. So we need to add, for example, an NPC that is wanting you. Okay, I'm going to feed you, but the feed quest giver, but he will want something in return. So let's go into our map editor and add those. But before we go into map editor, let's create a unit.
A unit, yeah.
Yeah. So again, creating a unit preset and adding this unit in the game are two different things. So first, we need to add the unit as a mod item. So we go to unit, and we create a unit mod item. Now, what do we have here? First, we need to define the unit with a group, because we use these groups in many occasions. So, for example, we want a conversation to happen or a banter to play, but we need something to play this banter. We usually use groups, and sometimes we use like many groups for one unit, because we want them to have different logic put into them. But let's now add just one group, and let's define a name for our character. How should we name the butcher? That's what they used the previous time. But how do we?
Let's leave it to chat.
Exploded hamster to add Edison. Okay, let's call this guy Edison. No space bars here, guys. This is a group.
Groups, IDs, and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and his
full name. Is that his full name,
or it is Edward
Edison?
Edison. This reminds me of Eden and Eddie.
Yeah, right. Me too.
yeah. This is a character from Eden and Eddie, definitely. Edward with 2 Ds. Got you, double D. All right. So again, we have lots of properties here. You can make this an enemy or a friend or immortal or an important NPC. If it's an important NPC, let's make him really important. Edison is an important guy, I think. And let's we can define some stats if this guy is going to like participate in combat, so we can like tweak his stats, tweak his starting level, add some perks. Not going there. Adding equipment, portrait. This is all for you guys to experiment with. But the more important thing is that I gave him a group, a name, and also we need to add an appearance.
Yes.
Because now this is just a preset, but when we spawn the unit,
it'll just have a placeholder unless we.
Yeah, we will need to add an appearance, which is happening with a totally new mod item and a totally new. Okay, I set get active. What? Safe to ignore.
I guess.
Safe to ignore.
Safe to ignore.
Okay. a stack of asserts. I love this.
When you haven't assigned all of the properties for everything, sometimes this happens. It tells you, hey, you're not ready, you're not ready, you're not ready, you're not ready.
Shit.
I guess it's not safe.
Yeah. Is now it's not safe, right? After like what water. No, I'm going to create the unit appearance as well. So
It's fine. It's fine.
forget this, guys. What was like Men in Black? Like they don't see that. Right. So let's create again an
appearance
preset. Let's call it again at Edison.
That's a group.
Was my group here called at Edison with one idea? Yeah, at Edison. So here in this editor, you can like tweak with so many things, like change his shirt, change his hat, change his like facial hair. I don't know, like whatever you guys want to do, like
or just copy it from.
Or just copy it. Let's copy it because
like Pinky Zero said, that's why you just copy stuff and do some edit.
Yeah, lots of a big part of game dev is also like copying stuff from somewhere else.
But by the way, that also has its own risks, like copying actual stuff, because some mod items and some entities in the game actually have so much properties in, and when you're using them, something is possible to also break. So that's not a fully safe approach. You should always check always safe.
It's a good start to use something already created and see how it's set up, and then when you see, tweak it a bit, and then when you get to know and like feel in your own shoes here in the editor, you can like try things on yourself. So I'm going to at Luigi because I'm watching too many Sopranos right now. So. Like a fish. Current, yes, okay, I want to use the appearance of Luigi. Now we have all this set up. And also, if you're like tweaking, you can go and animate the data editor if there is a map loaded. I'm not like going to go through now, but this is the way to test your appearances. Right. So, saving, and we'll see if we have broken the game. I hope not. Let's go and edit.
Well, the templates themselves are actually all of the entities in the game that are from the vanilla game.
You can treat every of these characters that I've just chosen Luigi.
As a template,
so you can use it as a template, but like change his hat, change the color of his tuxedo and stuff like that, and like add him a mustache. All right, let's add our unit in the map. Restart, right? Because too many. If you happen to have like too many asserts, it's safer to, because sometimes something like get mixed up in menus. Better to start again, because otherwise some other asserts might appear because of the previous asserts. Yeah. Okay, let's restart again.
That's why you save often.
Yeah. Ignore.
Zentix, we don't need it. It's fine, plush. At this point, we're all it happens to be here. So.
Oh yeah, man. Cheers.
Oh.
All right, start again.
But that happens in development as well. So, what can I tell you?
Part of the fun. Tone. What is the same assert? With previous clear game flags.
Ignore that.
Okay. All right. So let's again Go to main menu. Mod manager. F9 to get rid of these. Mod editor. Tell me a joke, like feeling.
I know.
Break the ice, man. Come on, what's the matter with you?
What's the matter, you?
Go.
Sopranos, you're behind.
Huh?
You're behind.
Yeah,
Or
man,
you
but
watched it
I
already?
watched them like so slowly because it's a slow burner. So like I watched the season and then like leave it like give a couple of years to pass. You know, taking it
I
slow,
watched it
taking
the whole thing, but never grabbed me too
Oh,
much.
really, man?
Yeah, I don't know.
But when did you watch it?
A year ago, probably.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the more I watch it, the more I like get sucked into it. Edit map. Okay, let's have
go.
the unit. F9, that's helpful. My favorite shortcut.
I'm also a producer, so when I jump into a game and see, okay, this is something I don't understand, it's telling me like,
Yeah.
this is not, you haven't assigned this to that. Like, I'm only here for testing. Just like, move on.
So here we are, map editor. Add some content. I guess you've already passed through this, but this little nice tree
We mentioned that, yes, that
is basically adding whatever you want to add, whether it's like a prop or some kind of interaction. Now I'm going to add unit. You can find it in the markers. So all of the logic here is going through markers, but
Yeah.
for now, because I know how it's called unit marker.
markers are used for so much stuff that
Ooh, nice
temporal.
effect. All right, so now we have a unit, but it's just a random unit. We need to assign those presets that we
This is a
created.
very early placeholder unit from
Yeah.
like the first half a year of production, I think.
So we go into the properties of the marker. It's one of the few markers that are not flags, but have the unit itself represent them. So we have all these options, and the important thing here is to assign to the group. So let's add a group to this marker, and I'm going to add again the add Edison. Somebody has been playing a lot of Dev the Tentacle here.
The what?
Yeah, Dev the Tentacle. It's, they've been using this as a character. So, add Edison here. So, right now we need to. What is important here is the unit data spawn template. So, this is actually going to tell us what kind of preset we are spawning with this marker. So, we are adding again with the plus and searching for our guy here. And oops, let's add. Where is our guy?
Ted?
Let's search for him here. Unit. Okay, it's not.
The ID is unit,
The ID is unit. Okay, ID.
and the group is.
Edison. Again, we are going to use this as an ID. Let's save it. And
If
now,
if the ID was unit, I can probably guess where the problem for
Yeah.
all of the certs came
add
from.
Edison here. So we don't need to override these. We've already set up them. So now, what else are we going to add for our unit? For example, let's talk a bit about one of the most simple interactions you can do with units, and it is make them play banters.
Okay.
So let's go again in our mod editor and create a banter. You know what a banter is, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
The
A piece of text that
the
appears.
simplified, not even conversations.
Yeah.
Pieces of. It's not even dialogue. I think it's just.
reaction of the NPC if you do something. And sometimes not only NPCs, but you can like create banters for interaction with an object. For example, I click this dock and he says like, "This is fine," but it's not.
But then a fire breaks out somewhere.
Okay, let's add banter, which is in, I guess, the campaign. Okay. All right. Let's set up the banter, and again, I'm going to add this group. I think it's not. It doesn't have to be. It's the way we group banters because in our game, like there are so many banters, and sometimes certain units use this pool of banters.
You can just see the available groups.
Yeah, I'm going to leave this as a default. This is.
But probably change the ID to banter mod or something like that.
Of course, definitely. This is going to because I'm going now to set up an approach banter for our unit, which means that
it will trigger
when I get close to the unit. He will say something. So I will write add approach banter, or I can even add a number if I want.
If you have a lot
of approach banters which can trigger in different conditions.
I'm kind of obsessed right now with the idea of one sector campaigns, the quickies, like you said.
We should have done a quickie, but this is actually a quickie because A1 is just I wanted to show you guys how to copy a map. This is just one sector campaign actually. So we need to add a line and
hey you there.
And quickies would be awesome. And what should our guy say? Like, come here, mate. I wanna talk to you, for example. And we need definitely to put a character here. We use any only if we use floating banters, which is like, as I said, you click on an object and the banter just appear right where you've clicked, when we use this option float up banter. But when we want to create a banter that is played by a character, we add the character here. So we are searching for Mr. Where is it? Sometimes it's not. I think if I add the Edison, it will find him.
Look him up?
Yeah, this happened to me. I mean, I've created a group, but this haven't really.
You mean like in development?
Refreshed? Yeah. But Edison is. We will test this, of course, because we didn't see it in the drop down.
Save off.
Edison, come
Stay
here, mate.
safe.
I won't. And no conditions. And
if you leave it with no conditions, when you just approach him, he'll.
Yeah, this means that the conditions are met.
All right. So
if we add a condition, we need to make sure that those conditions are met. When there are no conditions, it means that everything is fine for this banter to play.
Still planning on doing the wave assault infected thingy. Sure, yes.
And now let's add this banter to our guy and go here in the properties of the unit marker. And as you can see, we have different ways of adding banters. So we have specific banters if we want this banter to be played when we click this unit. Yeah. We can also add a group. Remember these groups that I left default?
This is, for instance,
if I make a group of lots of banters, which I want only, for example, civilians to play, I create civilians, and on all of them, I say like, use this group from this pool of banters, and all of them are going to be using, hey, I'm a villager, I have no importance in this game.
Yeah.
But now we also have approach banter, and that's what I'm going to do, and add this banter that I've just created. And what did I call it? Add approach banter. Here it is, because I set up the ID of the banter. So I'm not going to use this ID here. And what are we going to do now? Pavka, save the map editor, because
didn't you?
No, because it's one thing to save the mod editor here,
the editors
where
itself,
you
yes.
have these red
Annotations.
but here you don't have red annotations. Whenever you make a change in the map, you need to always save before testing or closing the map. So Control S, saving the map. I've now put this piece of code into the map data.
When you asked me, I was like, what am I forgetting? And I did forget that.
Yes. Lots of people do.
Otherwise, Zentix, good to know that even dev safe scum. Who do you think safe scums the
On the
most? You
internet.
need to figure out all of the outcomes and all of the things. Like, no
Now
way.
let's test if this approach banter works. So go to the mod editor. Here it is. Yeah, I'm going to excuse myself. Close closed. Very important thing that lots of devs forget is when you test, you need to close this editor. And how do you do that? You go again in the mod editor, because I've edited the map through the satellite sector mod item. So I'm going to push the button close map editor. And now the editor is closed and it is safe to be tested. Yes. So let's go and test.
Quick start or?
No, and now I'm going to test the sector itself, because I don't want to pass through the campaign logic. Just want to see if the map is the logic in the map is structured right and it's working. Yeah. So yeah, it says it will create the new campaign and teleport you. That's what actually these things does. And let's hope everything is good. No asserts. Start. Here I am. Okay, come here, mate. I want to talk to you. And he said that because I'm in his playable area. So if you want this banter to be triggered from a distance, or if you want this banter to be triggered pretty close, you can go there and define the area of the unit marker. And but this is just, a random banter. What we need to do is put the logic behind the completion of the quest. So what are we going to do now? We are going to add the food itself. So let's again, I'm going to show you the area. Where is the marker area? Oh, is it this one? Area width and height? I think so. But then, okay, approach radius. I lied. 8. So this is the area only for the approached banter. So now it's safe to 8. If I, let's say I use 2, this area will be...
You need to be really close.
Yeah, so this guy would be probably blind or
but then again,
see well.
If it's only 2, the approach banter would probably why are you so close to me?
Yeah. But you can use that. That's a good content design. So let's now add logic for our quest. Let's add some food, and because I don't think we have props of food, but we have a unit which could be used.
Yes.
So yeah, sorry guys, it's not a hamster. I know you wanted a hamster, but I could add another unit marker. And if you've played the game, you know that there is a unit called Schliemann. So let's use this as a bait for our quest.
I don't know. 8 is in slab styles, or rather in engine unit radius. I think it's 8 meters. It's styles?
styles.
Okay, it's styles. We're getting help from behind the scenes. And one tile is 1.2, so...
So let's
Square.
now, as you saw, I've added another unit, but I have not created a certain preset and appearance preset in the mod with the mod items, because I'm just going to reuse the existing unit itself from the base game.
It's one of your favorite units.
Yeah,
You have a
too.
history. No, it's you have a history with it.
Yeah, man, that's my little precious chicken that yeah, we used to have so much fun together. Unit data. So I'm again going to spawn a template. and I'm going to use a pre-existing template and just search for our pure golden Schliemann. And
You know, we've had so many characters that have some amazing conversations or interactions, not specifically conversations, but interactions. But the one that I've seen a YouTuber and a streamer actually reacting to was actually Schliemann.
man, I want to create, a merch. Our
Schliemann?
second merch with Schliemann, our little gold digger. So here it is. I've changed the template, and now we have, and I can move it. Okay, and a quick note to you guys. Our editor, when you move, does things like that. Markers. I don't know if you've covered this, but it's really important that markers should be snapped to the floor. Quick advice, Control D snaps the marker again on the floor.
Okay.
So this is really important for the logic to work. If sometimes a marker doesn't work, try this. Maybe it's not snapped to the floor. Control D, snap to the floor. So here we have the unit. So I can attach some logic to the unit. Now we've already spawned it, so we can again. I don't know. Let's add a banter. Let's add. If I interact with the unit, and ID is
Schliemann banter.
Banter, and for example, Schliemann can say cluck. You know, I also voiced Schliemann.
I know.
and a bunch of other guys as well. And voiced. All right.
Voiced.
Okay. So also, what else do we want to do is to, acquire Schliemann. Because we are going to use this unit as the fetch food quest, the feed quest. So I'm going to make a custom interaction with the unit. So when I have the quest given and I interact, it will disappear, and I will put it in my pocket in a pure adventure game logic. So let's do that.
There's a question from
Sure.
Pinky0. Does the floor also mean building floors and such? I think yes.
Yes. If it's on the you've set up the marker on another floor, it will snap to the current floor. So it needs to be on the floor, not only on the map
It
ground.
needs to be on, I think, walkable surfaces.
Yeah.
The thing, because there are also some rooftops that are not walkable, and there are some that are.
So
Roofs, not rooftops. Anyway.
let's say that I'm going to go to the objects of the unit, and let's say that if I have a banter, and if I click on the unit, it will play its banter, which is Schliemann banter. But here we have another section which is interaction, where we could create custom interactions with the units, which base interaction is like talk to them. But let's say that we want to take chicken as a custom interaction, and we want to enable this condition only when we have the quest given.
Yeah.
Remember our basic variable. So again, we are going to use the condition quest variable boolean, and we are going to find our quest. What was feed quests?
Feed quests, yes.
Feed quests and condition only if given. So this interaction will be available if we have the given quest, and we want to assign an effect. So in this case, what happens if we have the chicken? So basically, what we do is create another variable. So we now the game tracks that we have the chicken. So what do? We go there in the mod menu. Oops, not here. The mod editor.
The mod editor.
So in the mod editor, we are
There's
creating.
just a quick question
Sure.
from Quenchy. I know Quenchy. But this control plus D snap it to the current floor. I think that it also on the what's the vertical axis?
Yeah. If on your map there is on the map editor, there is a place where you define on which floor you are, and then it's going to snap you on the current floor.
Yeah.
So let's go to our quest and add another boolean, and let's say to this boolean to be have chicken. So
Have chicken?
have chicken. I have chicken. Do you have chicken? I do. Thank you very much. And now it's false. And saving the quest, we have now the boolean.
Stay safe.
Stay safe. And now we can go again into the mod editor and into the not a method editor. And
Close
go,
it. Kill it with fire.
Yeah, where is the animal method editor? Pretty good if you want to mingle with animations.
It's a good editor. It's just that it's a lot of stuff
Yeah, but
that we don't need right now.
sure, yeah. So yeah, we close that and we go to the object editor, which is when you trigger the properties. So now, if given, we were going to execute this interaction effect, and we are going to flip the variable of quest
Feed quest.
and
All
we are
the feed
going to
quest.
flip have chicken. So when we interact with the chicken,
If we have
if
the
we have the
quest given,
then have chicken will turn into true. Specify the quest. I specified the quest. Come on.
save.
Yeah, sometimes I think the map editor is
Save here.
okay, no error. I mean, sometimes it does that. Yeah.
Especially when you're referencing a bunch of stuff to each other.
Yeah. So also, what else do we need for this chicken to do is when we click it and have chicken, we need the chicken to disappear, right?
Yes.
Because it's
Have
already
the
in our
have
pocket.
chicken is
You
my
gotta have the
favorite.
chicken, man. You gotta have the chicken. So let's go to these conditions here: spawn and despawn. Let's say that the chicken is already spawned. We don't need condition here, but we need a condition to despawn it. So we go here and specify a condition. Again, going to our favorite variables. Going to the feed quest and checking if we have chicken. When we flip the have chicken to true, it's going to despawn now.
Yep.
All right. So
Now to activate the AI for the chicken to run away.
oh man, you do not want to go there. Yeah, remember the chicken quests? Then when you click it, it goes somewhere to find, and then you have to click it again. That was like pain, and lots of
Guys, by the way, if some of you are thinking, okay, this is tedious, now you know how the sausage is made.
and don't make the chicken run. Just like put it in your pocket. It's a lot safer. Ooh, and let's now we have the logic for the chicken. So, but we still need the logic for the quest to be completed and to be given. And in order to do that, I think we need to set up a conversation, because usually in Jagged Advanced 3, that's how quests are given. You go to this really important character, and
if you don't
says,
shoot
you're
him,
a
you
bunch
talk
of
with him.
losers. But if you do that to him, maybe I don't know, not such losers yourselves. So let's create a conversation. How are we the time? Oh man, we're pretty good.
Oh jeez.
Jesus Christ.
I told you there's a lot of stuff that we want to show.
All right. It will be a really simple conversation. I wanted to like build you a huge dialogue tree with roots and options and.
Let's leave it to them.
Yeah, man, but you can build that for yourself. All right. Quests, campaign and maps, conversation. Okay, here's our conversation. So First, something important for the conversation, we need to define a group for it in order for the conversation to, again, attach itself to the unit. So remember our good guy at Edison. Oh man, again, it doesn't look at Edison, but I'm going to write it anyway, at Edison. Okay.
Try and save it.
Going to save it. Please specify the default actor.
Yes.
Another thing is that we need the actor as well, because that's how the unit knows that when you click on it, it will automatically trigger the conversation, no matter if you've put banters into him. Conversations are more important in the logic tree. So when we have the defined actor here, and when we interact in a current sector with the unit with the same actor, it will trigger the conversation, but it will check for conditions. I'm pointing and you're not seeing, but let me point it with the mouse.
Yes, with the mouse is better.
Here, again, you can add conditions, and now we are not adding any conditions, so all conditions are met. It should trigger this conversation. So again, there are errors which are saying that you haven't done something, and we have to make sure that this something is done.
The professional way to react to those errors is like, I'm getting to it.
Yeah, hey, give me a sec. Okay, now as you can see, we have predefined phrases here. These things here are called phrases. So basically, a phrase means a
it's
section.
Not just a line.
Yeah, it's not just a line, it's a section of the dialogue tree. A phrase can have many lines because, for example, let's say that you meet this really boring character that has like all these texts to dump on your brain, and you're like, skip, give me the quest. And usually when the text is so much, we divide it by lines, so it won't appear as like one huge wall of text. It will appear like
that's good to say that we have very little instances of that. I think Corazon is one, and probably Fouché is another. But
main quest, let's say main quest.
Unimportant stuff.
Yeah, unimportant stuff, man. Go play the side quests. So, greeting. Usually we use this phrase when we want the character to introduce himself for the first time.
The initial one, yeah.
So, yeah, and...
right. And you also can have it play only the first time. When
you can play only the first time. So we have a bunch of important properties here. One of it is the keyword. Here, the keyword is greeting preset up. We have it. We can have it enabled or disabled in case we wanted to show in the dialog tree, or we want to show it later, or redirect to it, and it's going to be a hidden line. So it depends on the structure of your dialog tree.
The first time that you meet Larry and he's high out of his mind, and then afterwards he's just high.
For example, I can like click auto remove, and this means that after I play this line, so now it's a phrase. Let's add a line as well. So again, I'm going to choose a character here because a conversation can be a dialogue with like several characters like quarreling with each other. Now it's just Edison, and he's going to say, "Come on, what's the matter with you?"
Really going all out in the Sopranos.
Yeah.
Any gabagool?
You hungry? So, because it's a fit quest. So it's going to add this thing, and then we want something to happen after playing this line. So another very important thing for the conversation is the go to section. So if we leave it empty, it will just go in the next possible part of the dialogue tree.
Yeah.
But sometimes we can end conversation. For example, here in the goodbye section, this is something which after it's going to be an option in the dialog tree. For example, again, Ed Edison will say something like, get the hell out of here. So, and we are definitely wanting to have an end conversation in the whole directory. That's what the error was about. So here in the goodbye, we're going to set up the end conversation. And now, clean, no errors, no more, safe. Presets. Okay, I think this is safe to ignore.
IDs.
Conversation. I hope that doesn't bring that call, but let's set this to add conversation. Okay, save. Thank God.
Yes. So always look after your IDs.
So another thing, how do we add phrases? So we need to give the quest, let's say, a new phrase, which keywords would be mission, for example. This is safe to ignore, yeah. And because IDs, let's change this ID and give the ID mission again. And now I've removed the go to. I don't want this to go anywhere. I need this to be a question. So again, our Ed Edison will ask, I'm asking again, are you hungry?
Hungary.
Do you take the quest? So here also I think it's really important to say that you can add interjections here. For example, one of the
you guys know what the interjections are?
One of the coolest things in the game is that when you talk to an NPC, some of your mercs like
pop in
and say interject and say something funny or something in the context of its character. So let's add another line, which will be an interjection line, and let's say it will always interject, which means that every time this line is played, a merc can like pop in and say something. Conversation interjection list. So let's add, for example, steroid. And let's say that steroid is like something like steroid proteins. No, give them to me now. And every time the quest is taking, he will say this line.
Do we always interject there?
Oh, this is the always interject.
Yeah. This is the I would say Luigi, but not. It's Edison.
Yeah. All right, always interject steroid because you're so hungry. And now we are going to add the player choice here. So you could like take the quest or like refuse to take the quest. So we're going to add another phrase, which let's say that it will be yes.
Don't forget the IDs.
Don't
forget the IDs.
I'm not forgetting the IDs. Yes. Thank you. We're removing this. Let's leave it empty. And let's add another one for no. And let's again add the phrase. Put the keyword. No. We can align it to the right. So it could be like... little stuff. Let's add
little stuff, but it becomes important.
I'm hoping that we can try to put IDs. Not promising, but I think we can. This is the better way to do that because that's what we did. What we were used to when we were setting up conversations.
The go-to no.
So first, I want these to be part of the tree. So, but they're like these phrases. I want them to be children to the mission parent phrase. So, when we play this phrase, we want these to be the player's options. So, that we want to nest them into the parent phrase. How we do that? With up and down, we can change the order of the dialogue tree. But with in and out, we can put phrases in other phrases and nest them. So here we need to move them in the previous phrase. So move in. Now we move out.
Go to no. Go to no is still there.
Okay, I need this when I click it to end the conversation.
Yes.
Same with yes. I need this to end the conversation, and I need this to be moved in. So now this mission, and I need goodbye to be at the end. So
Get the
now
hell
this
outta
mission
Wait.
have this.
Get the hell out of here.
And when we click yes,
The line.
Ed Edison will say something like, then bring me this cooking. No, the chicken. Bring me the chicken.
Dead or alive.
And dead or alive. Okay, add drama to 11. Dead or alive. And after we play this line, we can add an effect and add this pure logic that we've set up. And
That what? The quest?
yes, the quest. We can now give the quest
been
this way.
given.
Feed quest variable given will be true after we trigger the yes option. And in the no option,
It's very weird for me that to
not worth it.
go from the end towards the beginning, but
Yeah, man, but that's how you know connect the
Yeah.
dots, because otherwise, how do you know where are you going to end up? Huh?
no idea.
In the dumpster.
Like 10 hours later.
All
the
right,
road
in the
to
back
nowhere. Oh,
or
who's
maybe
here?
in the backlog. You do not want to end up in the backlog.
So I can at least sit back. I don't think we have time for a let's play. Let's go to the back of the show, guys.
let's try and wrap up. because
Let's try and
this
wrap
is
up.
a
Let's
lot.
just test the conversation. If the conversation is good, I think we've shown enough.
Let's try and save, close map editors and stuff like that. Close map editor.
Close map editor.
It's enough asserts for today.
Let's test. Come on, we want this to work.
We know it'll work.
Of course.
We just don't know what might break. You see how
Lots of iterations.
several IDs can mess up.
All right, but I want steroid. Oh, Edward Edison have not put his as a
appearance?
mother. Yeah, but something
It's a sign
I
of-
messed up, not the editor. Always a scripting mistake. But also,
You
I
can
just
try
want
and
to
add
add
steroid, yeah.
Yeah, add steroids because I want to see if the. All right.
There you guys.
Steroid. Get me to the chopper. Come here. Okay, approach banter. Now, Schliemann is still only a cluck chicken.
And it doesn't disappear
Doesn't
after
disappear.
cluck clicking.
Edward Edison, why are you not?
Probably the click.
I'll check the IDs. Ed Edison. Conversation. Ed Edison.
On click, maybe?
And let me check. Object editor. Ed Edison. Interesting.
Something that we missed. Probably for the quest for given. Or the conversation for...
No conditions for the conversation. Saving the map.
Intriguing.
I'm tempted to restart the game.
No need.
Huh?
No need for that.
And do you know why it's not playing the conversation?
Not really.
Not really.
Let's see the conversation mode item again.
Because completed. What? Why is completed true?
Enter again the sector from the playtest button.
Mm-hmm. Close map editor.
The guard here.
Try turning it off and on again.
It's fine, ignore it.
Yes.
Come here, mate. Okay, I'm not going to add stereo this time, but no. Because when I was adding the groups, they were not refreshed in the drop-down menu. So I'm suspecting.
I think it's still. Can you check it?
Yes, I will. Okay, unit. My unit has a group add Edison and an ID add Edison, and I see now why at least the preset is not working. So I can at least.
Is that Luigi?
Okay, let's just add Luigi here.
Yeah, we just wanted to assign Luigi anyway.
Yeah, I wanted to assign my appearance preset, which is called appearance preset. Okay. But why is not this guy working?
We're moving.
We're moving.
Let's check the conversation again.
Conversation. Default actor.
3 minutes,
Assign to group. Assign to group.
Yep.
We promise.
Assign to group. All right. All right. All right. All right.
Pinky Zero, that's exactly the
Okay.
problem.
Guys, you guys
Yes.
cannot be trusted.
What's the matter with ya? Come on.
Oh, we found it?
Yeah, we
I was
found
really
it. Missing text.
Yay!
Missing text. I'm asking again, are you hungry? Do you take the quest? Yes, no, back. I'm taking the quest. Now. Okay. It completed the quest because I still haven't set up this logic yet. But now our unit, Schliemann, has the variable for this interaction to happen. Take chicken with buns. Bam! We have the chicken.
Say the
Bam.
line. Cacao?
And yeah, that's like 0.02% of
Guys,
quest developed.
You might joke that it didn't go according to plan, and it didn't. But kind of this is a very good demonstration of how it actually works. We should.
Yeah, sorry guys.
Very good demonstration of how it actually happens. Like,
Yeah.
Quenchi said, it's a lot of debugging and.
Yeah. You're going to be doing the same thing, and you're going to be like banging your head. Why is not I've set up everything? And then you see this little thing.
Well, the more complex games become, the more variables and the more stuff that can go wrong. So just pay attention to the errors and the bright red pointy things that are out there, and I think you'll be fine. Yeah. For anything else, there's Discord, and yeah, let's see. I'm really excited about the idea of quick campaigns. Not gonna lie. So yeah, 1.5, it's coming soon. This is a small part of it. Like I said, just wrapping up this section, we are going to talk a little bit more about the upcoming addition to 1.5 besides the modding tools, which is new game rules that will be introduced in a future DevStream. We'll see if it's next week or the week after that, depending on scheduling, but we'll let you guys know. For all of the news, follow us on all of the channels that we normally post, either in Discord, Facebook, Twitter, and so on, so that you can actually get the sense of where something is, of when something is happening. And for everything else, I'd like to thank Marto. I will get up because Lubo is probably going to kill me for delaying his Devs Play continuation. But Marto will stick around. He is the person who has done Landsbach as a region in terms of questing, and he can answer all of your questions in that regard. Plus, he's worked a lot, I think, on the underground sections that we introduced with 1.4.
And he's working. I was voicing.
Yeah, right. Yes. Sorry. I I wanted to surprise them with
Oh,
with the
really?
voicing, but
Shit.
okay. In any case, stick around. We'll be right back after the short break.
Alright.